Assalamu alaikum. I am Taha from Electrify Solar. So, many of you must be thinking, why we should go solar? Well, because it saves you money, reduces global warming, and can even provide you with money. So, let's start by calculating how much money can be saved. First, we will look at levelized cost of energy. Levelized cost of energy is the total cost that would be incurred over the lifetime of the plant divided by the total electricity generated over the lifetime. This gives us the cost of 1 kilowatt hour of electricity. Kilowatt hour is the unit that you see in electricity bill. In Karachi, 1 unit costs rupees 20 after including taxes. So, how much will 1 unit of solar energy will cost us? Take for example our Electrify solar system. This power plant will cost you initially rupees 10 lakh and it will generate 1000 units per month. To calculate the levelized cost of energy of Electrify solar plant, we will first need to sum up all the costs that would be incurred over the lifetime of the plant. Total life of the plant is 30 years and the initial cost is rupees 10 lakh. Then we need to add the cost of the batteries that need replacement every 5 years. Each replacement will cost us around 1,70,000 and 5 times this battery will be needed to be replaced to complete the 30 years life of the plant. Now the third cost would be of inverter replacement. The inverter we install comes with 5 years of warranty and its design life is 20 years. But let's assume it lasts for only 10 years. So we will need to replace the inverters 2 times to complete the 30 years life of the plant. When you add all these 3 values, the total is rupees 22 lakh, which is the total cost that will be incurred over the 30 years period. Now let's calculate the total units that would be generated over the lifetime of the plant. Electrify solar system generates 1000 units per month. Multiply it with the months in the year, not 12 but 10, because in the winter months people use less electricity. So we will use only 10 months. Now 1000 multiplied by 10, we get the per year generation. Now multiply it by 30 to get the lifetime energy generation. Now divide the sum of cost by the sum of electricity generated. So there you have it, rupees 7.3, which is 60% less than rupees 20, which is charged by your electric company. 300,000 units are produced over 30-year period. Multiply this by rupees 12.7, the amount that you save on per unit cost of electricity by going solar, rather than buying from the electric company. After 30 years, you will save rupees 38 lakh. Second biggest benefit is that you will be reducing your carbon footprint. As you know, global warming has catastrophic effects on the planet Earth. Almost all the countries in the world have pledged to reach net zero carbon dioxide emissions by the year 2050. We should play our part to make our country's pledge a reality. So go solar as soon as possible. And third benefit is that your solar system can be a cash cow for you. How can it provide you with money? Just like you sell electricity to the electric company in on-grid installations, in the same way you can sell it to your neighbors. For example, our Electrify solar system generates 1000 units per month. If you use less than 1000 units in a month, you can sell the excess electricity to your neighbors. At Electrify Solar, we install for free the equipment needed to sell excess electricity to your neighbors. All you need to do is read the meter reading every month on your mobile app to charge your neighbors for the amount of electricity they have consumed during the month. The fourth benefit is that having your own power plant with battery backup ensures that you are never in the dark. Now let's talk about the biggest mistakes people make while installing solar. The biggest mistake people make is of wastage of electricity. Commonly people install Hybrid solar systems. In this type of system, solar energy is provided to the house directly. If the requirement of the house is greater than what solar can provide, electricity is taken from the grid. Electricity is wasted in hybrid installations when people don't use batteries. Batteries can store excess energy which would be used when panels are producing less than what the house requires. Even when batteries are used, they are small, so fail to store all the excess energy. And when the batteries are of proper size, they are not fully utilized. People set the inverter to shift to grid at night rather than using the batteries first. In this way, excess energy is wasted because you are not using it. In on-grid systems, wastage happens when the grid is off. In less developed countries like Pakistan, this is very common. Due to bad grid infrastructure, faults are common. Inverter won't produce any electricity, even for the household consumption when the grid is off. Another big mistake people make is when they use a cheap inverter. Initially it costs less, but in the long run it ends up costing way more than the better designed inverter, which in some cases is only 30% more expensive. Cheap inverters have a poor design. Their circuit board is not sealed. Along with the air, fan also bring in moisture and dust, which leads to the components of the circuit board to malfunction. On the other hand, the inverter we use is completely sealed and waterproof. And it has big heat sinks, so fans are not needed to cool it. Just like cheap inverters, there are cheap panels, cables, breakers and other parts also available. Using anything which is of low quality will end up costing you more. By making these mistakes, you increase the per unit cost of electricity. Hope you liked this video and found it worth sharing with others. Peace.